Hello everyone, my name is Slumperd and we are back at the gardening farm. As you can see, this episode I hope to spend a little less time here, but as you can see here I have been working here a little bit. I actually built this during a stream a couple of days ago, but yeah, as I was thinking about the stuff I'm gonna need for the main base, well, we need of course a lot of netherrack, so I'm also smelting that, but I'm smelting nether bricks right now, and I've also placed this here. Since in last episode I said I needed 15 or 16 stacks of ink or of black dye, but that is actually much more. I need 5 choke boxes of the stuff. So instead of going out about and slaughtering all the what are called squid in the area, I thought let's smelt some of these to charcoal, because we can also make those into what's it called, into black dye. So once all of this has been smelted, we're also gonna smelt that, but all of that's gonna take a lot of time and a lot of smelting, so I hope that can continue a little bit while we're AFKing over here. But what I want to focus this episode more on is, if we can get over here. Let's go over there and a bit further over there. Because I've built these kind of outlines of like this is gonna be about the size of the islands. Turn them into an actual build as soon as possible. And also last episode I said I want to make mostly this into a volcano. I still think I want to do that, but what I was also thinking is in the shopping district there is a shop where you can ask Impish Fox to build a dragon for you. And I'm gonna have to look at how expensive it is, because I imagine it will be very expensive. But I think it will be cool if we have a volcano with a dragon laying next to it. Since it's gonna be a bit easier with materials and everything, I wanna start with the water island. And as you can see, I've filled in at least half of the island already, like the other half is to be done. But I thought let's first try this half and then kind of experiment with the wells a little bit before we do the whole thing. And yeah, as you can see, I purposely made this a bit of a kind of like jagged angles, or angles edges. Like at first I tried to make sort of a circle, but then I realized that A, I don't know how to make this big a circle, and B, I don't even really want a circle. I want this to be much more natural shaped. I think I pointed this out in another episode as well, but there are way too many. There's 5 there, another 2 over there. I'm sure there are more. As you can see, we have these green wool blocks here, and what I want to do is, last episode, so I spoke about this combination between the kind of grand cake design and the grand maze design. So what I am gonna do is, like, each of these green blocks is gonna mark a wall. That's gonna be like one solid wall that's kind of in circles around the island. But also from every circle, from every point to point, as it were, it's gonna go higher. So this is gonna be 3 blocks, and this is gonna be the base level, and then here it's gonna be 6 blocks, and like this is gonna be the base level, as it were. And so this one is gonna go up, and then this one's also gonna go up. It will also, like, in between these, because this will be 6, so this will be 9 here then. And then in between these layers is where there will be there will be this kind of maze design also with like similar walls. So there will be like a maze, so this will be corner here. I think I want to have a bit more space with than 1 block, but just for ID's sake, that you kind of have a visual on how things are gonna look. And then oh, I put my bucket away, which wasn't a good idea, because then this whole thing is going to be flooded. So that's also what I mean with the level. It's not going to be like a ground level. The ground level is going to remain here. But there's just going to be, from this point onward, kind of a higher water level. So there will be kind of probably, if we turn, it will probably like this then. We have a bit wider, then there will be kind of this gate here. Where a small waterfall like drips down here for the water level to be here. And then from these gates over here, which will also be a bit broader, and maybe there will be even a couple of more that will also add some gates over here and like in between. And there will be like water streaming off of it and into the ocean. I'm not sure yet what I want to do with the floor here. I've now made it as stone. I'm kind of hoping that's going to be fine, but I'm not sure yet. It could be that what we do is turn it into what's it called? I was thinking maybe some form of blue glass, but that is a lot, and I mean a lot of blue glass. I'm not sure about that. That's also a thing actually that I want to do. So you know the fog effect that you have in Minecraft, which you do with the what's it called? Also with stained glass. I thought it could be cool since we have these islands over here. And the village, of course, over there is a bit hidden. Like one of them is underground, the other one is in the leaves. And there it is. And so what I think it could be cool is similar how what you now have with the village, is that it could be like hidden in this like planes of vertical fog effect. But yeah, I think that way it could be, it'll be maybe a little bit dangerous for people to fly around here, but I don't think a lot of people fly around here. So I was talking about the dolphins, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 here, and then there were also like 7 or something. It's ridiculous. I'm not crazy, you're crazy. So what I want to begin with is the kind of these, the solid walls, have them go around towards there, and then kind of loop around this half, and then we'll do the same thing for all of them, all of the layers. So we actually might also bring our beacon over here, since it would be nice to insta-mine this, although also a little bit dangerous for the floor. But yeah, I think it's that's a good thing to start with now, and then if we decide that, hey, maybe we want to have this floor like blue glass or anything, we'll burn that bridge when we get there. Oh no, wait, actually, now that I think about it, I don't want to do that, because I want to have a circle around here. And actually we can remove this one and this one. But so I want to have like a one-up circle around here with dirt that kind of encircles this wall. So like this block over here will be dirt. And then so that there's only the entrances where it's kind of easy to enter, as it were, where the water is streaming out. And then if you go underneath here, I want to make it like a regular island. So I think we'll have to remove at least the stone brick here and turn it all into stone maybe. And if that looks too uniform in the end, we'll find some other way to spice it up. So the rings are relatively complete, and as you can see, I have placed some dirt around the edge in here. I placed some grass. I see now that I didn't completely finish that. I wanted to test two things out with that. Is in this with the grass, what I did is when I went around the corner, like when I went over the corner here, I placed this block over here, and I didn't place this block here with the dirt. So kind of still want to compare that, but I'll give it a fly around in a bit. But so this is what looks with the dirt. I think I like the gap, as it were, better than the filled block, because I don't like this types of situations where it just becomes a straight line, even though it doesn't feel like that should be a straight line over there. And also, as you can see, I have added a couple of gates where water will be pouring out, and as you get closer to the center, they become less and less of them. Like here there are, I think, it was like 13 or 14 over here. And then in this one there'll be 6, I believe. And then the inner one is, I believe this will be 4 or 5 maybe. And then here there's this one, and then there will be only the 4 ones in the center. And as you maybe can tell if you have very good eyes or know very much about Minecraft circles, that this is actually a 23 circle, because I thought like in the middle there could be this larger tower type deal that is much more resembles an actual circle than other things do. But now I'm honestly quite happy with how this is turning out. Progress is also going much faster than I originally expected. But yeah, I think I'm gonna replace this and then have just a comparison for the grass and the dirt, instead of also having it the placement, as it were, compared. One thing I didn't think about is I just added in the first layer, and I don't have any way to get from one layer to the other now. I can mine it, of course, but that's not very effective. So I thought I've now put all the inner layers one up, so I'll continue doing that with the rest of them, and then to see if the kind of how that looks from the outside now, and maybe also immediately take a look at how the grass and the dirt is looking. I think I like the grass more than the dirt. Yeah. It's difficult to tell. That maybe... Well, so I'm thinking maybe once the whole thing is more filled in, because it needs... Like, it's still a flat plateau, of course, but... actually, I think when that happens, that the grass will be better, because then we can also maybe put some vines down and everything. So I had a little bit of a break between last clip and this one, so it was AFK at the farm just now. And as we're returning here, I also realized that my screen was a little bit off on the OBS side, so it should look better now. You should be able to see my hotbar now and not have a black line above, but you can see I have switched in a couple of grass blocks in between the... let's take a little bit more distance and see if we can place a couple of grass blocks. They seem to be spreading a little bit as well. And I have started the layering of the different walls. And I think it is very clearly... Oh. How did I miss that? Never mind. I think it's very clearly still missing the water in between, but that will probably come last, as I want to have the maze in between first and also the other side here first. So I'm gonna quickly, because yeah, this is the last one that still needs to be higher up, I think. No, this is not the last one. This is the last one. So we're gonna have this one first to this level and then one level higher still. Did I finish this one actually? Not sure. Okay, I did. So I'm gonna do that, and then after that we're gonna jump straight into a time lapse and finish this. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do this in a time lapse, and then we're gonna jump from that time lapse into this time lapse. Before we start the time lapse, actually a quick update on this area. I am quite close actually to having enough stuff to begin the building these walls. So I think this video will go up on Friday probably. So what I think I'm gonna do is after this video goes live, I'm also gonna post a post in the Symmetria chat that I will leave this up for one more week, and if people wanna buy it, they can still do it, but after that I'm gonna deconstruct it so that I can just finish or start building here. That way people who did want to do this, or maybe don't know that it is, but want to do it and they know about it, can still have a chance of going here, but I can also just start building here, because at this point it's getting kind of like an annoyance for me personally that this is continuously to be just a hole, as it were. And in the meantime, I can just continue building to the floating things upstairs. But yeah, that's a quick little update here. Now to the time lapse. Technically, this is a little more than half done because we also did the line around this, but yeah, my hands start to hurt after placing all these blocks, so I'm gonna take a little break from block placing and just walk around for a bit. So we'll place those back. And because I haven't actually looked yet at what this looks like now, and apparently I'm not gonna take a look at it as the world doesn't load. Well, yeah, it's of course still very flat and boring. I do think if we... I think this is gonna look very cool once it's finished, once it's all filled up. And was also thinking is if we go down here for a moment. I was originally planning on first like building something lower here and then from there kind of slowly spread out and give this a bit more weight to it as well. But I'm thinking what I'm gonna do now is that I'm first gonna put kind of lines in these with this dirt that makes it a bit more lengthier and a bit thicker as well. And then from there we're gonna go downwards towards the middle. So kind of the reverse but the same principle. Might be a little bit more difficult to build, but I do think that that will make for the best shape as it were. It is now a couple days later, and as you can see I have almost finished the walls here. Oh, that's the wrong button, but I have also in the meantime finished this half. Didn't feel like more time lapsing was necessary, and I've built the wall around here so that if we fly around now you can kind of see like the full shape of it. As you can see, I've also started placing the grass around. I do think I want these walls to be a bit higher. I think like all of them, not these levels, but all these levels, you have all of those go 3 up. And then have this one here even more maybe. I want, because it is now like obviously clearly higher than the rest, but I don't feel like it stands out enough yet. I feel like it should like definitely be a lot higher than everything else. Before we end today's episode, what I want to do still is no, this is place some water. The water has been placed, at least in the first ring, and then about half of it because I want to finish this first before I place that water. And oh, apparently we're here now, but I think it's good. It looks good. I think it's gonna look a lot better when the rest of the water is placed, obviously, but I think this is gonna be cool. And underneath you can see you have a bunch. Oh, there's gonna be of course a lot of water leaking, but I also placed these waterfalls already, just so we have those. Because right now there's now a couple more people online, but when I was placing this there weren't a lot of people online. And I do know that falling water causes a little bit of lag, so I thought let's do that quickly while there aren't any people who have problems with it. But I think that's going to be it for this episode. I hope to see you in the next one. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to, and bye bye!